Well, time is money, so maybe I decided that you're not worth mine.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, you guys? You have now tuned into my Empire recap. Guys, make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet done so and share this video wherever you like to share videos. So we start off with a flashback of Luscious. And he had braids, and we could tell that it was like, supposed to be like a back in the days type of scene. And this is kind of like showing us his history with Juliana and how they kind of vibed back in the days and how he met her at the club. And yeah, like they had like a lot of chemistry and everything, and she became kind of like his girl. He used to tell her his dreams and his hopes and all those things. So Cookie, she loves her some Lucius. I mean, she even ends up saying that she's not sure if she wants to marry Angelo because, so let me tell you, Cookie, she loves her some Lucius. She ends up telling Lucius that Angelo might be proposing to her. He did mention if he wins the primary that he would do it. So I guess to kind of give him like a heads up. But he was like, you know what? Well, that's fine. And he was like, if he does, I'll fall back. And she was kind of surprised. She looked like she was a little, taken aback by that statement. But she was like, all right. It's good to know that I got your blessing, I guess. Even though you could tell she's so freaking in love with him, is that it kind of like holds her back from going into something that's so much better for her. That would be, would definitely change her life in a positive direction. Juliana, she reintroduces herself to Lucius again, although he already remembers who she is. I guess because he didn't really acknowledge her the way she thought that he would. She wanted to allow me to reintroduce myself. When Cookie sees her, she's like, I know you from somewhere. And I'm like, I wonder if it's because she saw her at the hair salon, but no, it's probably something else. It gotta be something else. But she couldn't quite put her finger on it as to where it was that she actually met her. But she made sure she let it be known that she seen her somewhere before. So Tori Adams, she's pretty much like officially working with Lucious Lyon, which is kind of messed up because, it's her and Jamal were the ones that had like all this chemistry and everything, and they were vibing and broke out of rehab and all those things. And it's just like she just kind of left and went with the father, which was messed up. Anyway, so she was doing a demo, just kind of like playing around type of thing when Becky was in the studio and Lucius comes in, he hears it and he's like, wow, like this is genius. He's like, but she did mention that this was supposed to be like a demo for Nessa that Andre was working on. And he was like, you know what we're going to do is we're going to release this tonight and it's going to be for her. And I'm just like, this dude is so cutthroat. He's always doing something to mess with like his family. The people that's supposed to be the closest to you is the main ones that this man be trying to take down and hurt. Like if you ain't with him, you definitely against him, honey. And you will become his enemy. Anika, she moves on with her plans to get Tyrek down. She almost messed up because she almost showed the wires, but she worked smart, she worked quick, and she did what she had to do, and she got it. Cookie, she goes to see Angelo, and he was like literally whining and dining her, like giving her all the finer things in life. I mean, like a nice little dinner or whatever. She thought at that moment he was going to propose, but what he did was he proposed to have her come to a show that he was going to be doing because he said, he kind of wants to squash all this, whatever it's called, Cookalicious or whatever the hell the thing is called, the hashtags and all that where they're trying to say that her and Lucia's going to get back together. He wants to like show it once and for all, in front of everybody that this is for real and this is his woman. So she kind of thought it was something else, but she's like, oh, okay. She looked like she was a little disappointed, but she went with the flow. She's like, all right, we're going to do this. At the same time, Juliana, she like kind of rolled up on Lucius with a gun, and I'm like, here we go again. What's up? But and then he has a flashback that kind of lets us know more about the history and more about why he kind of looked at her the way he did. And why he's most likely intrigued by her is because she did him so dirty and she's not scared of him. I think that's why. So she actually betrayed him before. She pretended to be his girlfriend, really got in close with him, learned all the ins and outs, and then he had a $10 million deal that he betrayed so many people for. And she ends up, her husband, Rafael, the one that she ended up killing off, he was the one that actually had her set him up and take that money and hold him up at gunpoint. So it was like a real crazy messed up situation. Like one of those situations that you will literally, like, if you see that person, you'll probably like just, spit on them or something, like or maybe you wouldn't even want to spit on them, like my spit's too good to be on you. That's how you kind of feel. And like she did it real dirty, and he mentioned that, like, you betrayed me, and she says that, quote unquote, she killed Rafael for him, and trying to get back in his good graces. She killed her husband to protect him because he was about to set him up again. So Lucius, he meets with his brother Tyrek at an undisclosed location, and this dude, he thought he was going to be meeting up with one of his partners or whatever, but it wasn't even like that. Like, it was just Lucius sitting down. And Lucius was just like, yeah, we set you up. She was wearing a wire. He looked like he was shocked, embarrassed, feel like a fool. He was like, yeah, we got you saying a whole bunch of things, illegal things on, on recording. And I've already sent them to the FBI. They should be on their way. So you should get out of here right now. And I gave you a little present. He actually, even though he's a messed up dude and he wanted this dude out of his life, and he does anything that he needs to do in order to handle that. The crazy thing about it is he still made sure that his brother was good by giving him a bag full of money to make sure, he'll have like a fighting shot, as he said. He'll be able to at least not have to really work for a while and just kind of be good for a good amount of time and be off the grid. So, I mean, I guess he still cares about him, right? That shows that he cares. Angelo takes Cookie to the show, and they're all talking and everything. Then all of a sudden he proposes. She looked like, oh my God, like so much pressure was just placed on her forehead. Like, seriously, she just looked like she was like shocked. I mean, when you're in front of the world, how the hell can you say no? I mean, it just makes you both look like a-holes and idiots. So it's like, she said yes, but then behind the scenes, she was talking to him about it. His mama looked like she was mortified, and she tried to put on, one of those rich women smiles. Even though they're pissed off, they're mad, they just want to throw something, they of course they're going to maintain their poise and grace, And he goes backstage with Cookie, and she just tells him like everything. She tells him she kissed Luscious, and she tells him how she feels about him, and she was doing this because she wanted to make her father happy because he's a good guy. And Angelo, he just starts going off. Like, he's literally pissed off. Like, all you guys are scum, and I didn't see it. I tried to, like, look past it regardless. He's like, I did all these illegal things for you. He's saying, like, all these things behind the stage, not realizing he was still mic'd up and his mic had turned on when he took it off. So his mom had to, like, rush backstage to let him know, like, your mic is on, so that he could, like, just stop talking before he says anything else that could, like, incriminate him. Because, they was living for that. All the things he was saying. Getting that tea, honey. Behind the scenes tea. Luscious, he brings this woman named Charlotte Frost. She's like a big time Vegas person that does all the Vegas venues and all those things. And she shows her around. And the crazy thing about it, well, the funny thing about it was that, Juliana came in with Andre, and she asked him, like, did you know anything about this? And he was like, no. But what he did was when Juliana came next to him, he actually gave her all the credit for putting everything together, which she was like, she played along, but in her head, she's like, what the hell? Like, I didn't even know anything about this. Tori performed. She sounds amazing. And of course, Andre was upset, as well as Nessa was upset, because that was supposed to be her song. And it was her spotlight as well. So it's like, damn, like she just completely stole my shine, you know? So the last thing that they kind of showed was that Cookie received a call from Andre, so she ends up leaving, going over to the club to go see what's going on. She pretty much left Angelo like high and dry after giving him that horrible news. Just kind of was like, my son's calling, I have to go. She goes over there, and what she notices is that Juliana and Luscious are kissing. So she looked like she was devastated. Like, girl, you just threw away your and her sister told her about this. Like, you need to be happy. Stop throwing away your happiness and your future for Luscious. And that's exactly what she pretty much did, because she could have kept that to herself. You know what I mean? And what she do, she messes up her relationship, goes over, and look what he's doing. He got the next person kissing. Like, you know what I mean? So, of course, she's going to be jealous, and I see there's going to be a lot of friction going down real soon. But, guys, let me know what you thought about this episode. Oh, my allergies, y'all. They taking over. Y'all see my eyes? They taking over, y'all. But thanks for watching. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Later.